Hey guys, how y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all those around the world. Welcome back to another Pokemon Unite video featuring your boy Gengar coming through that jungle, getting back up to the Master Rink, having a good time with this Pokemon. Yes, I've been away for a minute. We was down in New York City celebrating my birthday, having a good old time. We went to the Pokemon Center. We got to see all of the big buildings down there, Central Park, and all that good stuff. It was very, very fun. But I've never seen so many people in my entire life. Like, it was absolutely hectic, super hot. They had a festival going on. New York was wild, man. But for those of you out there who haven't been, I advise you to go. It's pretty cool. We only went for the Pokemon Center. That's what I wanted to go for. But hey, the other one, what? Out there in Japan, cross seas, all that sort of stuff. Hey, man, it is what it is. But overall, we're back here on the channel, spamming out Pokemon Unite content. Hopefully, you guys are excited for it. We're bringing you Gengar today. We're going to talk about how strong this Pokemon actually is right now in this metagame with these medals. Now, I've been a big advocate for this Pokemon for a long time, and that's how a lot of you guys found my channel for Pokemon Unite. Now, with these medals, they've given Gengar new life. For those of you that don't know, Gengar in beta was terrible. Day 1 release, Pokemon Unite, I think, personally, the most broken Pokemon in the entire game at that point. Now, meaning all you think he had to do was Sludge Bomb Hex, you were instantly dead. There was no counterplay to it. You couldn't dash out of it. You were just dead. It was over. If he touched you, game over. And then he nerfed his damage significantly, like almost in half, pretty much. Like, it was terrible. And then they changed him a little bit. They gave him some quality of life. They gave him life steal in his abilities. And then we get Shadow Ball, Dream Eater build set up. So people started playing because Hex wasn't good. Now with these medals, though, it's basically old Gengar all over again. Because you have the cooldown reduction, you have the added damage from the green medals, or you can go black medals to get full cooldown page. You take that Shell Bell, the Amplifier, just delete people. And this is literally, I think, that the best way to play this Pokemon, the best build for this Pokemon is going to be the cooldown reduction, because you can just do whatever you want to, and you don't really have repercussions now. So if you miss that Sludge Bomb, you've got a couple seconds now, and that's it. Then it's up again, you can try again. It's really solid. I felt bad for this enemy Gengar, I'm not going to lie. Lucario, though, on the enemy team is actually pretty solid, unfortunately. But now you're dead, bud. Now you're dead. Going deep with Shadow Ball Dream Eater is not going to help you out here. I think I'm going to get killed here. I'm going to try. We're going to try. Oh, never mind. We're good. We're good. We're good. We got this. Good job. Nice Unite. Jinx out here just cleaning house today. Goodness. Good job. Now, we will be diving into game number 2 after this one. So for those of you out there who's going to be interested in watching that, hey, stick around. But this one particularly, I want to go ahead and tell you guys that this channel will be back the way it was beforehand. We will be sitting here spamming out content left and right, whether it's Pokemon Unite or a new game. We're going to go over what games I'm going to be bringing to the channel and the next gameplay. Now, I do have a couple in mind I'm very excited to actually dive into, as well as Pokemon Unite on the main channel here. And for those of you that don't know, I do have a side channel I'm working on as well for Dead by Daylight. So if you're interested in that, that's there as well. Goodness, man. Let me live. God damn, that was a lot of damage. Not gonna lie. Oh, he missed. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We got this. Oh, never mind. Never mind. That's Lucario in a nutshell. Yeah. We tried. Nice job. And we get to save the goal. But anyhow, we're back here. We're playing in the Discord with a bunch of buddies here, having a good time. For those of you that don't know, there is a Discord in which I do link in every single one of my videos. So for those of you out there that actually want to sit down and play with your, other people instead of randomers, for instance, we do have a Discord in which everybody uses. We play games pretty much almost every day on the daily, throughout the day, the morning, the afternoon, the evening, the night, what have you. I personally am normally playing at night, give or take, and that's what time I generally would get off work. But everybody else is pretty much always here. So if you guys want to get a buddy, come meet new friends, what have you, come stop by. Have a good time. That's what we're really here to do so when we're playing Pokemon Unite. It's better than playing with randomers and solo queue, let's be honest. Dude, what level are we? Level 12? We're level 12 today. And we're still in subjective. Nice job. Like I said, Jinx is on it today. Well played. Oh, there goes the enemy team getting deleted again. But the best thing to do right now when it comes to this Pokemon here with Gengar You don't want to take those 1v1 trades 9 out of 10 inside these team fights. It's easier to do that with Shadow Ball than Dream Eater. Now you want to try to get as many targets as you can clumped up together with the Hex and Sludge Bomb. But most of the time, if you can single out their carry, i.e. either Cinderace or Greninja, go ahead and delete them. There is no counterplay to you. I'll be fair. Cinderace, Greninja, obviously you get that Blaze Kick on Cinderace, but let's be fair, you basically want to two-shot him anyhow with Hex and Sludge Bomb. As soon as you land Sludge Bomb, you just Hex him twice, and he's dead. Greninja, you might as well just forget about it. He's probably going to Unite move or Smoke Screen to try to get away. You can still easily kill him. And there's not any other carry in the game that really gives you a huge problem. Crustle can body you, and Snorlax can sometimes give you a hard time depending on what type of build setup he's running. If he's running a block wall, he can stop your Unite, not your Unite, but your Hex and stuff, so be mindful of that. But other carries, Gengar just deletes them. Like, he literally just eats anybody he wants to. We're just chilling, waiting for one of the carries to pop by, and we get Cinderace coming down the bot side. So, I mean, it pays out. And I've been doing this a lot now as of late when it comes to Gengar. Because, again, it's always the wrong bush for the enemy team. When you're playing Gengar, always the wrong bush. 9 out of 10. We come down, we get 3 pieces, and the team should be able to get this Dreadnought by themselves because only Lucario left. You have a Gengar here in the back line. Hopefully they're able to take him down before he gets over here and does damage to the Decidueye, which they do, easy. Now we should have no problem cleaning up this Dreadnought as well. I'll be back up in 10 seconds. I have your Unite move ready to go. And I see this a lot, though. Whereas any jungler that you guys will see on your side of the map, like on your team, they'll generally take maybe 1 or 2 jungle camps, right, in the early game. Then they just forget about the rest of their jungle. And that is so hard to watch because it puts you at a huge disadvantage. I don't necessarily have to rush down to bot side to fight for this Dreadnought. My team doesn't have to do so either. We ended up stealing it anyhow. But this is one of those ordeals where you will see this in pretty much all of your games. Deleted. 2,500 damage, by the way. But absolutely nuts. Again, with our Decidueye being so hot right now, it's just like, what are they supposed to do? She's on fire this game. Our team's on fire. And then Cinderace comes up out of nowhere. You love to see it. Stealing the Unite move, or stealing the objective with his Unite move.
You lose.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all those around the world. Welcome back to another Pokemon Unite video featuring your boy Gengar coming through that jungle, climbing back up to Master Rank, having a good old time with this Pokemon. Where have I been? For those of you that are curious, we were at New York City. I told you guys we were going down there for my birthday for a couple days. It was a lot of fun. For those who haven't been to New York, I would recommend it. Just go with a buddy. There's a lot of people there. You might get lost, but at the end of the day, it's definitely worth it. We went over to the Pokemon Center in New York City. It was incredible. Got to see a lot of things which I've never seen before. You know, we got to see a lot of sites. We saw all the cool buildings, everything else like that. You know, the giant park and all that stuff. It was really, really fun. We got some new Pokemon cards. Went over there to some of the TCG shops and all that sort of stuff. It was a good time. But now we're back. We're at it again. Doing videos, doing content for Pokemon Unite on the channel. So don't worry, I didn't go anywhere. The channel's not going nowhere. We're still here playing Pokemon. And we will be including other games on this channel as well as a side thing. On top of that, Pokemon Violet and Scarlet is coming out here as relatively soon. I'm very excited for that as well. So there will be walkthroughs or Let's Plays or what have you for that as well, which I'm very hyped for that. And then when it comes to other content, including on this channel, there will be a new game called Multiverse, which I will probably be playtesting a little bit on the channel. I'm trying to have some fun with that as well. But other than that, we're here to talk about Gengar, relatively, and why this Pokemon is so busted. That's what you clicked on the thumbnail for, right? So for those of you that don't know, I put out another video recently with the whole Shadow Ball Dream Eater thing, right? And that's my preferred playstyle when it comes to this Pokemon. But for those of you who don't know me, I've been playing this game since day one on release day, and Gengar has been my main since then. Obviously, I got to play other Pokemon too. Otherwise, I'd just play nothing but Gengar all day. But as a content creator, you got to pump out Pokemon, even though you don't want to play them. So, when it comes to Gengar, for those of you who weren't here back in the day, Gengar used to be the most broken Pokemon in this entire game. In beta, he wasn't good. Like, it was not good. Once the game launched and went live, This Pokemon was nuts. And literally, only thing you had to do was Sludge Bomb Hex twice. Generally speaking, you would just instantly kill anyone in the game. 9 out of 10. It was kind of like that. So they had to nerf Gengar quite a bit to basically get him out of the meta, or out of the game just entirely. Like, he was still here, obviously, but his damage was horrible after they just chunked his DPS. Now, with these medals that we've gotten here, and the relative recent buffs and changes to Gengar as of late, these medals make Hex and or Shadow Ball Dream Eater ridiculous. And I'm talking about ridiculous, man. You can just spam Hex, you can spam Sludge Bombs now without missing out on too much DPS. So you know how you get in those situations where you throw a Sludge Bomb and they eject button right out of the way, they dash as soon as it tries to impact them, and then you Hex on that target thinking you're going to land it, and then what happens? Now you're just sitting there waiting for your cooldowns. With these medals and Shell Bell Amplifier, you basically don't have to worry about that problem anymore. So now we go back to PTSD days where you can just sit into a bush and just jump on whoever you want to and just instantly delete them. And yes, we will be taking as many trades like this as I possibly can. 1v3s, 1v4s with Gengar with Hex, because it only takes a couple of hits with Hex to wipe out somebody. Now, this all depends on how well you're scaling into the game, because if you're level 7 or level 8 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not back here getting your farm, doing your objectives, doing all the chores before you try to dive in and try to get as many kills as you can. You probably aren't doing so hot. You know what I mean? We're sitting here almost level 12. We're the highest level in the game, as we should be, per se. But the enemy jungler is also kind of behind here. Wow. Okay, hello. Hello. All right, y'all. Chill. It's your Rotom. I don't know why you're up here instead of being a bot side, but whatever. We'll take it. Walking to the wrong bush, apparently. But we'll take the Dreadnought. It is what it is. Now, for the build choices that what we do run for Gengar is the usual outside of one different item. So normally I like to take Shell Bell, right? Wise Glasses and Choice Specs. Shell Bell has always been my main item when it comes to special attackers, because I love the item and I've always been an advocate for it. The cooldown reduction is just, it's magnificent, especially on top of these medals. But we take the Shell Bell Amplifier, and then we take either Wise Glasses or Choice Specs. Generally, that is a new build when it comes to Gengar for me. And that's just because the cooldown reduction is absolutely nuts. Look at this, man. You can just spam this ability, regardless if you miss it or not. Because Sludge Bomb, again, if you don't land a Sludge Bomb, you can't really do DPS. But once you upgrade Sludge Bomb to the next stage, you don't have to worry about that ever again. Like, you just don't. It just does damage now. Let alone the cooldown is like 5-4 seconds, which is kind of insane. And we're going to take this 1v3. If I can get Wigglytuff and or Blissey to pop Unites here, my team can clean this up, no problem. And there we go. And that was easy enough as it is. Like, we get 2 Unites down. We pop 1 Unite here. That was it. That's all we needed. And look at the team go. Just clean up. I think that was worth it, to be fair. They got all that experience. The enemy team got nothing out of that. 1 for 4 trade, I'll take it. It is what it is. Now, arguably, I didn't have to be there. I could have united to get away, or I could just walk the other direction, but I felt like Wigglytuff wanted the smoke. I really did. But overall, though, I'm having a lot of fun when it comes to Gengar now, just because, again, these medals have made him more relevant than he once was before. And I've been saying this for a long time. It's going to take one player in Pokemon Unite to push Gengar to the next level. And I'm not talking about just me spamming videos, because let's be fair. How many other Gengar content creators are out there that we know of? Let's be honest. There aren't very many of us. Anybody else who's pumping out videos for this Pokemon and trying to hype Gengar up right now, I feel like there's bandwagon jumpers, and that's just the way it is. Let's be fair. But I think it's going to take a couple players who are doing these tournaments and stuff to be like, okay, Gengar is actually pretty good. And then he becomes meta. I can't wait for that to happen. I've been saying that for a long time. I was hoping some of these some of these beginner tournaments that we first started doing when they started opening up the tournament season would have done so, but Gengar wasn't played that much, and he's still not. But with these medals and the quality of YouTubers that we have right now, one of us is going to push him up there. We're going to see Gengar a lot, so keep that in mind. This could be your team getting wiped out by Hex inside of a small bush with this Decidueye Unite move coming down into path as well. Like, it was absolutely nuts. They didn't even get to play the game. Cinderace walked in the bush, got 2-shot instantly. So, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Gengar kills every single carry in the game by himself with 2 abilities if you're not prepared for him. And that's absolutely incredible. But overall, though, I'm having fun with them. Hopefully, you guys will pick this up. Start smashing out those, they're the black emblems and or the green emblems. These are my general mix when it comes to Gengar now. Or you can go just all black emblems to get yourself maximal cooldown reduction, or get a mixture between the two. That way you can deal a lot of damage as well. But overall, this is definitely going to be my new build setup for this Pokemon. Hopefully you guys give it a shot and let me know. Because right now, it's very, very, very good. At least until they start nerfing things. And I think with these new emblems they've implemented into the game, some Pokemon will be able to take a much bigger advantage with these emblems than others. So hopefully they don't nerf the wrong thing. And by nerf the wrong thing, meaning they don't nerf Pokemon. Certain Pokemon, you know what I mean? And instead of the emblems or how they work and all that sort of stuff. But overall, we'll find out. Anyhow, this has been Pawseplays. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Come join that Discord. Come tell me I suck. It is what it is. I will catch you guys in the very next Pokemon Unite video. Stay safe out there. I'll see y'all later.
You win!